fifth graders, it's me, Miss Ott. I'm coming to you from my remote learning location, which is my house. So I miss you guys so much, and I wish that we could actually be together in person. But while we are away from school, we wanted you guys to be able to have access to some social emotional learning supplemental kind of lessons, just like you are doing with your academic lessons that your teachers are providing. So I want to say happy Monday to you, and I hope that you guys enjoy the lessons that we're going to be doing for the next little bit while we're not able to be at school. Today we are beginning the second step program. Some of you might be familiar with that if you guys maybe did that a little bit last year in fourth grade, but if that's something that you've never done before, then no worries. We're going to be doing lots of learning all together. So during these lessons, you're going to be learning and practicing skills to improve learning, get along with others, manage your emotions, and solve problems. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the introduction to see this year's second step program and see during this introduction if you can identify at least 3 topics fifth graders will learn about and practice in the second step video.
Are you ready?
Is that on?
Uh-huh. Somebody needs to explain what we're doing, okay? I mean, explain it to the camera.
I'll do it. So what we're doing is really cool. We're making problem-solving sets for, solving problems. Like one that comes up on the playground. Last year in fourth grade, our teacher let us use chalk to draw them on the playground. This year, we get to make a mural. Told you it was cool.
Tell them where we got the problem-solving steps.
You do it. I'm busy now.
I can't. I'm running the camera.
Just turn around, Antonio.
Hi, I'm Antonio, and we got the problem-solving steps from the program you're doing right now. You'll practice them later on. Anyway, we thought it might be fun for you to see what we're doing and meet some of the kids you're going to see in the stories coming up. You'll see them work through problems with their friends and deal with strong emotions. That's Sierra. Talk about problem solving. In one of the videos, Sierra and her friends have a problem with a group of fourth graders who want to play at the same basketball hoop as her and her friends. That's Ben. Ben starts a rumor that I like this girl, Selena, and I have to confront him about the rumor. Lydia and Jayla's story is a really good one. Lydia has a bracelet just like the one Jayla lost, and Jayla accuses her of stealing it. They both get really mad, but then they have to calm down and figure out what to do. Caden and Miguel are good friends now, but they used to not even know each other. They would just hang out with their different groups. Then they met one day where their parents work, and well, I don't want to ruin the story for you. Anyway, that's just some of the things you'll be learning about. You'll follow these kids' stories, learn how they feel, and most important of all, you'll talk about what you might do in the same situation. You're going to start out learning about empathy and respect. Empathy means you feel or understand how someone else is feeling. And when you do that, it helps you treat the person with respect. Hey, it looks like they're doing a good job. Okay, guys, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Bye. Bye. See you.
How many of you were able to identify at least one topic from that video that we are going to be covering? 2? 3? 4? If you got 4, you're a rock star. So some of the topics you might have noticed are solving problems, empathy, managing emotions, getting along with others, succeeding in school, and respecting others. So if you participated in Second Step last year, that video might have seemed a little bit familiar to you. And if you didn't, then it's okay. It's just something brand new. So the topic that we're going to be starting with is empathy. So what is empathy? Well, let's check out my handy dandy poster. Empathy is feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. You can have empathy for anyone. You can have empathy for the people you live with, your family, your classmates, people that you see walking around at the grocery store, your friends, your teachers. You can have empathy for anybody because all it is trying to think about how somebody else might be feeling in a certain situation. And the first step of having empathy is tying in with respect. So nod your head if you've talked a lot about respect at school this year so far. I know you guys have. So what does it mean to be respectful? Well, we've talked a lot about how to be respectful at school already. So let's think about how are we respectful in other places, like maybe in the community. For instance, if you're at the grocery store and you see that there's 2 containers of Lysol wipes left. Let's just pretend, okay? And you see somebody else who also wants Lysol wipes. So maybe a respectful thing to do would think about how they might be feeling and maybe you could each get one. So that's a respectful way to maybe behave. But in all seriousness, you guys, there are lots of ways for you to be respectful at home, in your community, and when we come back to school, think about how to be respectful at school as well. So some things might be being helpful, being polite, being fair, using good manners, saying hello, not calling people names, not using put downs, not being mean to other people. So all of those things are examples of respectful behavior. Kind of thinking about that golden rule. What is the golden rule? That's right, treat others the way that you would like to be treated. So thinking of a situation like, for example, being at the movie theater. I'm sure you've all been at the movie theater when people are talking or they are on their cell phones and it's really distracting. So if you go to the movie theater, think about how might that be annoying to somebody else if I'm on my phone all the time? And then think how you would want them to be acting. Respect. How do you think those might go together? That's right. So when you have empathy or you try to understand how somebody else is feeling, chances are you're more likely to treat them with respect because you're kind of caring about them and you're really thinking about how they might be feeling. Now we're going to have a little break of me talking to give you guys a chance to watch a music video. And the music video is called Walk, Walk, Walk. And as you listen to the words, I want you to think about how they might relate to your life and you. And then we're going to have a little brief closing and an activity at the very end.
I bet you've had strong feelings coming from within. Hard to see another's point of view when you're in your own skin. Changing your perspective, thinking through your stuff. Empathy's not easy when the going gets rough. You know that it may be hard to think it through. Other people feeling different because they're not you. You gotta walk, walk, walk. Walk in their shoes. Take a look and see what they're seeing. Walk, walk, walk. Walk in their shoes. Try to understand what it would feel like to be them. You gotta walk, walk, walk. Walk in their shoes. Empathy is what we're saying. Recognize those feelings. You felt them too. That's empathy. You see, she's getting angry. You felt that feeling too. Embarrassed, jealous, scared, strong emotions through and through. Empathy's the pathway to recognize and walk, so you can dish out some compassion and really walk the talk. People showing strong feelings, what do you do? Show them that you get it. Treat them with kindness through and through. You gotta walk, walk, walk. Walk in their shoes. Take a look, see what they're seeing.
today you learned about the Second Set program, some of the skills that you will be learning, and how these skills can help you get along better with others and at school. You also learned about one of the most important ideas of the Second Set program, empathy. What does empathy mean? It means feeling or understanding what someone else is feeling. We also talked about being respectful and why it's important to be respectful. When you respect other ideas, you're responding to them in a caring way. You're showing empathy. So think about, how can you show empathy today to the people who are around you? One thing I can think of is that I know many parents and guardians are also at home, maybe also working. So an important thing to remember is, while we really might want to ask them a question or we might need something from them, it's important to think about, how can I be respectful and show the other people that might be at home with me right now, how can I show them empathy and understand that they might also be trying to get some things done? And it's hard to be stuck maybe at home for a longer period of time with the same people over and over again. So make sure that you're considering those things maybe with the people that are around you right now. There is an activity that is going to be posted, a worksheet right underneath where this video is linked on the remote learning website. So that will allow you to interview somebody else if you would like to about empathy and respect and feeling. So that is our activity for today. If you have somebody that you can do that with, go ahead and interview them and have a discussion about what does empathy and respect mean to you. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.